I create and tailor a specific set of templates for marketing manager that actually have small amount of budget and small team or work for small businesses. Hey, this is Pam Didner here. I'm a B2B marketing consultant, author, and a speaker. I've been working and mentoring several marketing managers who have small teams and limited amount of budget. I create and tailor a specific set of templates for marketing manager that actually have small amount of budget and small team or work for small businesses. There are only 5 slides. Again, 5 slides. It has produced a nice results for my clients, and I want to share this with you. So let's get started. The number 1 slide you should have is what I call one pager. And this is very similar to the 2-pager I talk about in my 7 key elements of creating the best marketing plan for 2021. But you don't have to make that complicated for your team, especially if your team is small and you're working in small businesses. And this 1-pager is very simple. What is your business goals? What's your business objective? Articulate that and tie that with your marketing objectives, marketing strategies, and the key performance indicators, which is KPI. And here is an example that Susan and I created, and Susan is one of my clients. And obviously she has a very small budget and with a team of 3 people. And the business goal for next year is to achieve $15 million of revenue in 2021. And the business objective tend to be very much sales-centric in small businesses, right? So is for her company is about maintaining growth in segment A while expanding in segment B. So they identify 2 different vertical segments that they want to go after. The marketing objectives very much align with a sales objective. For her, it's about delivering integrated brand strategy to drive growth and engagement for a specific segment. Of course, these 2 segments identified in sales also aligned and connected to her marketing budget. She even indicated in terms of how she would allocate the budget for these 2 segments, as you can see on this specific slide. The strategies are very simple. The number 1 is really about driving opt-in, right? It's about getting the email subscribers into her database. So it's really about build the brand awareness by encouraging opt-in and engagement with a specific target audience. The second strategy is about delivering the MQL to the sales team, right? Through the web-based contact information. On her website, there is contact us and also request for demo. As long as people click on these 2, she gets credit, right? That will be counted as an MQL. And the other one that she wants to do next year is to enable sales via account-based marketing. So it's something new that she's thinking about doing and she wants to pitch to management. The KPI aligns with the 3 strategies that she set. And opt-in is really about number of subscribers. And in order to get the number of subscribers, she has to create content. So she also listed number of the content pieces that she needs to create as one of the KPI. Another one is web-based lead generation, which is, like I said earlier, contact us or request for demo. The next one is marketing's contribution to sales. As you can see, that highlight as new. If she gets a budget to do ABM, which is account-based marketing, she will take that KPI on. Does that make sense? So she put that as new and we highlighted that in a different color. So now this is 1-pager you can show your management. Very easy. They understand exactly what you will do, what your strategies are, and how that connects to the sales. The next slide is a dashboard. So rather than talking about in terms of, oh, you know, what kind of budget do I need? Why don't we talk about how are we doing this year? So this is kind of like a scorecard. She has over 200 line items of the budget expenses, the marketing expenses. So I told her to categorize into 3 buckets: thought leadership, brand awareness, and demand gen. Her total spend is $220,000. She was able to categorize that into the 3 buckets. For thought leadership, it's about $10,000, and she used that money to do a lot of content creation, right? And she set up a goal for herself to create 10 blog posts per month and that's 120 blog posts per year, and she was able to achieve that or even go a little bit beyond. So that's green, that's great. For the brand awareness, it's really about opt-in, right? Opt-in to the email subscribers. And the number of subscribers that she set herself to accomplish is 195 new subscribers per month. Unfortunately, she gets about average 96 subscribers per month. The total is 1,156. On the demand generation side, which is about $100,000, $3,400, and it's really about the web leads, right? Coming from the contact us, request for demo. She set up a goal for herself to get 123 leads per month, but she was only able to get about 90 average, about 90 per month. So you showcase your success as it is. There's no sugarcoating. You don't have to position it. You don't have to spin it. It's just the way it is, right? And to be honest with you, for $220,000, I am amazed how much she has accomplished. And you have to understand that $220,000 is literally 0.09% of a total revenue. The industry benchmark is 3 to 7%. Unfortunately, that's only, that's the amount of budget that she can get. So she mentioned in terms of like her budget is very small. And also the key outbound marketing channels are usually LinkedIn events, webinars, organic search. That's pretty much it. She only have a very small team that did everything from content creation, marketing outreach, analytics, events, and more. So when you have information like this, you can use this information to calculate cost per acquisition, and then use cost per acquisition to project the budget that you need for 2021. Does that make sense? So if you look at this specific slide, right? So we take the first, the 2020 information, which is your 2020 spends at the second column, and the KPI projection for the third column. And then you can easily calculate the cost per acquisition, CPA, right? If you spend $10,300 for the demand for thought leadership content creation, and you created 140 content pieces, you can pretty much set an average. You spend about $74 per content piece. Now, if you project to do 165 content pieces, and you also want to do some video for the account-based marketing, that's what Susan wants to do, then your total budget that needed based on $74 per content piece is about $12,210. Does that make sense? So that's very easy for management to understand. And you do the same thing for demand gen, for example. She spent about $100,000 on demand generation to actually get about 1,080 leads. That means, it costs about $96 per lead. So if the management wants to increase the goal of getting 2,000 leads, then the total dollars to be projected is around $192,000. So there's not much of an argument, right, with the management. It's basically said, this is how much money I'm going to spend to get a lead. If we want the higher goal, this is how much money we need to spend. Of course, that you have to apply some human judgment when you try to submit the final budget to your management. So for Susan, you can see as the last column, even though the cost projection for content creation is about $12,210, given that she wants to do video production for ABM, and video production tend to cost a little bit more than just hire a writer to write a blog post. So she projected $45,000 in terms of content creation. And of course, she also increased the demand gen from $192,000 to $242,000. The reason is she and I had a conversation in terms of the number of leads that needs to capture in 2021 is going to be substantially higher in 2020. There are a couple reasons. Number one is they likely not going to have any physical events in 2021. That's our estimation or guess. And second thing is everybody has some sort of Zoom fatigue or digital fatigue. Chances of getting the leads, the cost of getting a lead is going to be higher in 2021 than in 2020. Does that make sense? Therefore, we actually projected the total budget for demand gen is going to be substantially higher than what we estimated. So she also wants to do search, a paid search. So we allocated $90,000. And she wants to do an ABM. We estimated $90,000 as well. So that total dollar amount that she wants to pitch is $640,000. That's, I'll be honest, that's a 3x increase from 2020 budget. We know that she's not going to get it. We know that. But that would be her opening position to have a conversation. And all the dollar budget in terms of how she calculated laid out very clearly for the management to see. So there's not much of an argument. Does that make sense? It's more a discussion, what needs to be done. And then what I suggested her to do is taking that $640,000 and created the next 2 slides. The number 1 slide is really showcase the campaigns or the product launches that she will support from January to December. What are some of the product launches that she will support, and also how she will do organic social, across the whole year. And if she wants to do a paid search, right, she's going to do that for a certain period of time. And what are some of the key events or virtual events that she will support? In addition, what are some of the demand gen effort, the email campaigns that she will do? And maybe there's a couple, in addition to a website updates that needs to be done. So listed basically in terms of the $640,000, how that will be used for different marketing channels and also different campaign elements. Another thing that I told her to do is not every single penny on $640,000 will be spent purely on the marketing promotion or marketing outreach. Some of that needs to be set up to buy tools, to upgrade your website, or to hire programmers to actually add additional features to your existing tools or platforms, right? You have to allocate some dollars to actually enhance your platforms, enhance your tools. What are they? Try to write down those key initiatives, identify the benefits, and also the challenges ahead, right? So that's also part of the $640,000. So as you can see, what I did is pitch the total budget and then put the budget into the timeline from January to December that management can understand. Also identify some of the key initiatives that you will do. So that's pretty much it I told Susan to do. And she had a great conversation with her management. She didn't get all $640,000, but she got some budget. So I count that as a huge success. So here are the templates I want to share with you. What do you think? Are these templates something that you can use? Are you thinking about how to use the cost per acquisition to do a projection for your budget and then determine what the budgets that you will need for next year? Most important thing, the things I found it incredibly useful is one-pager. Do you like the one-pager? Let me know. If you like it, please provide a comment below. I would appreciate you can click like for this video. If you do that, it's going to help this video to rank a little higher so other marketers can see it as well. And that will help my channel greatly. Thank you! To help your marketing skills, I create many videos like this. It's talking about know-how and also the templates that you can use. So check out my other videos as well. If you like it, please subscribe and click on notification bell so you can see more of the future videos from me. It's all about something that you can apply to your jobs, okay? I hope you find it useful. Take care. Bye.